Now joined by TSN Hockey insider Chris Johnston. Chris, Sheldon Keefe framing what we saw on the bench in Game 4, his stars bickering, as progress. What do you make of that?
Well, it felt a little like damage control. I mean, let's be honest. We've watched these guys play together for a long time. We've never seen that before. I guess that is a sign of progress. To me, it's a sign of that wasn't one bad shift, one bad pass. That was a lot of tension and frustration and emotion from all the years that they've been together bubbling over. And it doesn't necessarily spell the end of everything. Maybe there is a world where they make good on what the coach is saying. I think in Sheldon Keefe's mind, he has to try to keep things as positive as he can. He understands they're under fire. He's seen the words written and said about them. Even for me, after Game 4, I said this is the end of the Maple Leafs as we know it, and I'm not alone, certainly, among those that cover the team. And so they're trying to keep that to the outside. They're trying to reframe everything as an opportunity, a chance to rewrite the narrative to basically make us eat our words. But at this point in time, I'm not buying it. I think that this is a fractured room at this point in time. I think there's a lot of tension between those players, and that was rock bottom for this group.
Well, they had a meeting today, and it sounds like Keefe was more of a therapist than a coach, reminding the players they've been better on the road, telling them this series is closer than it looks. What reasons do you see for the Leafs to believe moving forward here?
Well, it really comes down to their talent level. I mean, the one thing that remains true is at the start of the series where we're standing today, the Leafs on paper are probably a more dynamic team than this Bruins team. And it hasn't shown up at all on the scoreboard in the way that the series has gone. But if you're on the Leafs side of things, you have to believe maybe a bounce is going to go your way. Jeremy Swayman, who they haven't beat yet in the series, is yet to allow a bad goal. Maybe that happens. Maybe it's a power play in the first period of TD Garden that shuts down the noise there and starts things going in their favor. Maybe it's starting Joseph Woll. It appears that that's at least a possibility for Game 5. I mean, something that can sort of switch things around, and you just hope that the talent shines through. But, for the rest of us that have been watching this again and again and again, and you're seeing basically all the same themes emerge in yet another big playoff series, it's hard to believe that that's about to be what happens next.
Well, if they're going to come back, they're going to need Auston Matthews to be really, really good. And this illness that has plagued him this week, has felt like it came out of nowhere. What do we know about what's going on with Matthews?
Well, not only did it come out of nowhere, I mean, he had a dominant Game 2, cropped up between that point and the start of Game 3. I was led to believe at that time that they thought it would be sort of a 24, 48-hour type of illness that was, bringing him some discomfort, sapping his energy, keeping him at home instead of on the ice. But, here it's creeping into days, and Sheldon Keefe mentioned that it's actually getting worse when he exerts himself on the ice. So obviously it sounds quite troubling. I don't know exactly what it is, or I'm not sure the Leafs do really have their arms fully wrapped around it. I suppose the best hope there is that it's another 2 days before you play Game 5. But, clearly getting Auston Matthews back in the series anywhere near 100% will give the Leafs much better odds, given the fact that they, again, are not scoring goals in this series. And what he does best is score goals. Had a big one in Game 2 at TD Garden. If he can be at somewhere near his best in that game, it gives him a chance to at least get the series back here to Toronto.
Leafs just got William Nylander back in Game 4, and they expect him to get better as the series goes on. Sheldon Keefe saying Nylander looked like a guy adjusting to this series.